to the Breakthrough Show. It's Shirley and Jessica. Yes, we love y'all.
Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the Queen of Joy herself, Jessica Dugas. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. And apparently I'm messing all around with my camera here this morning. There we go. That's a little bit better today. April 13th, 2022. As my daughter said, literally 4 days left until Easter, boys and girls. Just in case you didn't know, for the parents out there that are doing all of this planning for Easter and whatnot, I have been reminded every second of every day for the last little while. What do we have going on today? We're going to do part 5 of our Joy and Optimism series. We're also going to talk about some national days and what else? Joy, birthdays, all that good stuff. And look, I want to say this. My introduction says, starting out on the show, the Queen of Joy. And I say that it's a self-proclaimed title because I'm always looking for the joy. It doesn't mean that I'm always joyful in every single moment, but in those moments, I have trained myself to look for the joy anyway, to find the joy anyway. Life isn't always going to give us, the fantastic things that we want on a silver platter. Sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes we're presented with things that we didn't expect, we don't know how to deal with, are not innately joyful. And sometimes we might be surrounded with people that are always complaining or not joyful themselves. And it can really be a challenge. It can be energy draining. It can be, it can be a lot. It can be a lot to find those different things. And so when I come on this show in the morning, and that introduction says the Queen of Joy, it reminds me that I have the power to choose. And I hope that that's what Project Joy does for you each and every day, to remind you that you have the power to choose, that not everything is always going to be sunshine and roses, but you can choose to create your own sunshine and roses in your life, to make the joy that you want to see. It's important. It's important that we do that. And it's not ignoring the things that go on. It is honoring them by choosing to find the good in any given person, in any moment, in any circumstance. And I hope that that's what this does for you as well. So it is a challenging morning for me today. I did not sleep well last night, dealing with kids on a different schedule today and grumpiness and all of that, but we're here and we're doing it, and we're doing it together. Lots bringing me joy today, though, even though it is starting to get warmer. We had to actually turn on our air conditioner for the first time yesterday because it is cold. It was hot, and I needed it to be cold because I was hot last night. And it was getting real muggy in the house. Not the most pleasant thing, but it is getting warmer. So we'll be grateful for that. Maybe we'll be able to, at some point, decide what we're going to wear when we go outside, and it won't be doing this pendulum swing of, freezing cold in the morning to warm in the evening, because too hot in the evening, too hot. We'll see what's going to happen. Anyway, also in the news, I saw yesterday, and I wanted to share about this as well, is that the amazing Gilbert Gottfried passed away yesterday, and after a long illness, his family had said. And my first memory of Gilbert Gottfried I'll say my first memory of him because when I was little, I did not know that he had voiced I didn't know who this was, that he had voiced the parrot in Aladdin. But this right here, this was my first memory of Gilbert Gottfried, was watching him in Problem Child. And then later on I learned that he voiced the parrot in Aladdin and all of that. But he was known for being very out there. He apparently had told the dirtiest joke on the planet. But he always I think any comedian really puts themselves out there in a way that is oftentimes, as we saw a few weekends ago, not always looked on well, but it's always to bring joy, always to bring some kind of joy. And Gilbert definitely did that. So we hope that he rests in peace, and peace to all of his friends and family members as well. So we'll be thinking about him today. We're going to take a quick break, you guys, and be right back after this. But let me know what's bringing you joy today and where you're joining us from. And then we're going to get to our national days and part 5 of our Joy and Optimism series. So we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. I want to remind you to join our Discord server to chat with other fans, meet past guests, and hosts from the Breakthrough Show Network. Just go to bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough, bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough. And I'm so excited because we're going to be having a game night on Thursday night, which is going to be a lot of fun. Super excited about that. We're going to be doing some Name That Tunes, some music trivia, and it's going to be a blast. So I hope you will join us for that. Sometimes, we talk about a lot of serious things on this network. We do. And it's good things to where we can really focus on changing our lives for the better. That's the amazing thing. But sometimes it's nice for us to take a deep breath and have a break, and also to create relationships through fun that aren't always, this serious thing all the time, and to just have a little break. So we're really excited to bring this game night to everybody. And I hope you'll join us. Again, bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough. And if you're new to Discord and you're like, listen, I don't know if I want another platform, hear me out and trust me, send me a message on social media and I'll be happy to give you the grand tour and show you how amazing it is, because other social platforms can really be very loud and it's a lot of competition to stay top of mind and in newsfeed. And this is a very intentional platform. You literally only see the group that you're invited to. So any groups that you're invited to, that's the only things you see, or servers as they're called. So I would love to show you around there, give you the grand tour. Just reach out, send me a message, and I'm happy to do that. So getting to our national days today, let's talk about what you are celebrating today. Internationally, it is a couple things that one of them I sort of have heard of, but at any rate, it is International FND, or Functional Neurological Disorder Awareness Day. It is observed every year on the 13th. The goal of the week is to promote awareness, support affected individuals, and advance research for the prevention, treatment, and recovery of FND, or Functional Neurological Disorder. It is an issue with the functioning of the nervous system, thought to be the result of the brain's ability to send and receive signals properly. And while I'm on this, one of the most amazing things you can do is work with neurology. And I do owe you, Judith, a link to Next Level Neuro if you guys want any information about the neurology group that I use. Please let me know, and I owe you that today, Judith. I made a note to reach out to you today about that. So it is FND Awareness Day. It is also World Sarcoidosis Day, and it's an inflammatory disease. The day also encourages those who have this condition to support one another and educate others living with sarcoidosis. There are about 200,000 Americans that have been diagnosed with this, and in the UK, the disease affects about 108,000 people. It is when cells in the body clump together and make small lumps. These small lumps are called granulomas. The granulomas usually grow in the lymph glands and lungs, and eventually can develop in the other parts as well. So lots of different things. I didn't know anything about this. I've heard it, but I didn't know much about it. So now we know, and we can learn more about it as well. So that's going on internationally today. Nationally, there's a few different things. So first of all, it is National Scrabble Day. Do you guys like to play Scrabble? Let me know. I enjoy a good Scrabble game for sure. And I don't play it as much as I used to, but I need to do that because I enjoy Scrabble. It is also National Make Lunch Count Day. This opportunity to break a trend has been occurring around the country by joining National Make Lunch Count Day. According to a recent study by TGI Fridays, the majority of U.S. workers suffer from FOLO, otherwise known as fear of lunching out. Many workers eat their lunch at their desk twice a week, 73%, while 1/3 have lunch at their desk every day of the week. Don't fear lunching out any longer. Taking a break from the workday improves productivity. That includes taking a lunch break, leaving the office, or even your desk for 20 to 30 minutes to refuel. Also reinvigorates your creative juices. Our brains and bodies need the daily break. When you return, you'll be refreshed and ready for new ideas and approaches to whatever your job throws your way. Now, listen, this is even important for those of us who are entrepreneurs, because it is so easy for us to get, especially when we love what we do, to get wrapped up in our work, and then we never get the hell off of our desk. We never get up from our desk, and we just figure, oh, we're working for ourselves, so I can choose to sit here and, eat lunch at my desk and work through. Don't do that. Get up and take a break. Get up and stretch, everything else, because you don't want to burn out. It's even, I have back-to-back days today and tomorrow. And I said, listen, I'm just I literally have had to set my alarm and remember to get up and stretch. Gratitude, actually moving my body, eating, drinking like I need to, and all of that. When I have busy days, it's so important, you guys. So make sure that you do that on this Make Lunch Count Day. It is, I don't know what this is here, but we are gonna look. Oh, here we go. It is National Borinquenier's Day recognizes the sacrifice of the Puerto Rican Regiment of the Volunteer Infantry. Today, the regiment is designated the 65th Infantry Regiment of the United States Army. So this is volunteer military presence in Puerto Rico the year after the island became a United States territory in 1899. Very interesting. Very interesting. I had no idea, and I probably said that all wrong too. It is also, as you'll hear in our birthdays, National Thomas Jefferson Day. So it is, of course, it's his birthday, so it is his day. He was born on April 13th, 1743. Known as the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson was a stalwart of democracy. While not much of an orator, his pen cut quite a swath of ink through correspondence, documents, journals, and manuscripts. So happy birthday and happy National Thomas Jefferson Day. All right, it's time to get your snacks out. Get your snacks out because it is also National Peach Cobbler Day. I can't understand this because peaches are not in season yet here. We're almost there, but not quite. Our peach tree has not even blossomed yet. So could it be the weather? I have no idea. It was originated during the 19th century, unable to make traditional suet puddings due to lack of suitable ingredients and cooking equipment. The settlers instead covered a stewed filling with a layer of uncooked plain biscuits or dumplings fitted together. When the dish is fully cooked, the surface has the appearance of a cobbled street. The name may also derive from the fact that the ingredients are cobbled together. Some cobbler recipes resemble a thick crusted deep dish pie with both top and bottom crust. In 2007, the world's largest peach cobbler was made at the Georgia Peach Festival. It consisted of 90 pounds of butter, 150 pounds of sugar, 150 pounds of flour, 32 gallons of milk, and 75 gallons of peaches. That's a lot of peaches. I love peach cobbler though. It is one of, I say it's one of my favorite. I do not discriminate when it comes to desserts. Okay. But let me know if you enjoy peach cobbler. And that is all of our national days today. Are you hungry? I don't know. I'm pretty hungry at this point. So we're going to go into our day 5 of our 7 Steps to Optimism series. Here we go. 7 Steps to Optimism. We are working through day 5 today. Also, I want to say hello to Miss Anne Marie here this morning, and it's good to see you. She says her husband is a master at Scrabble, and Jason loves peach cobbler pie. Peach cobbler pie. I love it. Sounds so good. All right. So we have been working our way through this series of joy and optimism, 7 Steps to Optimism, and sharing our quote again. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Helen Keller. Love that. Love that. All right. Number 1, we talked about last week, challenging your thoughts. If you typically react in a certain way, now might be a good time to challenge that train of thought. Stop and ask yourself if there's another point from which you could view the situation. Part 2, we talked about being a copycat. If it doesn't feel natural to speak optimistically, mimic someone who does. Use some of their expressions to see if saying them out loud makes you feel more optimistic inside. Number 3, we talked about on Monday to use affirmation. It's easy to internalize failure into pessimism, but speaking positive mantras to yourself in difficult situations may make you feel better and spur you onward. Now, I did give my big tip for the affirmations on Monday. Affirmations do not work. Number 1, if it's not a habit and you're using them all the time. And number 2, if you don't believe them. So if you're in the middle of being sick and repeat, I am healthy over and over, and your brain does not believe that, it's not going to help you. But changing up the affirmation to say something like, I am on the road to becoming healthy, that's something that could stick a little bit better if you believe that as opposed to the latter. So using affirmations, yesterday we talked about focusing on past success. While it's easy to see your failures, try to bring to mind times in your life when you've had real successes. Focus on how you felt before. And again, not huge on this fake it till you make it thing, but if you are in a situation that's challenging for you and you have not had the experience of overcoming it before, you can also think about other people who have overcome those things before and use that as fuel to move you forward as well. Today's tip is number 5, and that is to stay present. While you imagine that when you imagine that everything's going to go wrong, so often it can and it will. Living in the moment and making the best of things right now can take the stress and worry out of the future and begin and brighten your mood. We so often as humans catastrophize everything. And we think, again, going back to yesterday, focusing on past success, it's easy for us to focus on past failures. If we have not gotten through something before, we might go, oh, well, it didn't work last time, so it's not going to work this time. We catastrophize, we foreshadow when we really don't know how it's going to turn out. So the key is really to stay present. Even if the present doesn't particularly feel optimistic, we can make it feel optimistic by staying in the moment and not foreshadowing something that's to come when we don't know what is to come. So stay present. How can we do that? We can take a breath. We can ground ourselves in the moment. We can journal. This is how I feel right now. And when I'm going back to grounding, sometimes when I'm just having a really hard time, I will literally go outside in the bare feet. I don't care if it's raining, snowing, hot, it doesn't matter. Sometimes I just need to get my feet on the ground, and grounding has amazing physical benefits as well. So getting outside, putting your actual bare feet on the ground, so good for you. There's articles about that everywhere, so you can look that up, the process of grounding. And what else can I do to stay present? Sometimes I will, if I'm really, really struggling to do it myself, I will reach out to a friend. And the key here is reaching out to a friend that I know isn't going to catastrophize with me. We all have those friends who are like, but before it didn't work out and everything else. So again, another opportunity to make sure that we are surrounded by people who are not, overly pessimistic all the time. But it's important for us to, so I'll reach out and I'll say, I'm just not staying on track right now. I'm not staying present. Can you help me out? And it's sometimes nice to get that outside perspective. So I hope you're enjoying this 7 Steps to Optimism series. And we will be doing days 6 and 7 on Thursday and Friday. So make sure you tune in for that. We're going to take one more quick break, you guys, before we do birthdays this morning. This morning's For Love poem is brought to you by Delphine DeSelliers. We actually heard her read the poem in English already, but she's reading it in French this morning. This is the For Love poem by Dorothy Auger, and we'll be right back after this.
Je choisis l'amour, même le cœur lourd, même l'âme brisée. Je choisis l'amour parce que le monde est déchiré. Pas juste mon petit pays, où je suis plutôt en sécurité, où je suis plutôt bien, mais le monde tout entier, chaque jour. Je choisis l'amour et je puise dans cette lumière la force de rester debout, pour transformer la violence et mettre fin aux guerres. Je choisis l'amour pour que nos enfants soient saufs, pour que nos amis soient à l'abri, pour que nos frontières s'ouvrent. Je choisis l'amour, même le cœur lourd, même l'âme brisée.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. That was the For Love poem by Dorothy Auger, read beautifully by Delphine this morning in French. You can learn more about We Shall Stand for Love at weshallstandforlove.world. weshallstandforlove.world. I love it. We shall stand for love. Yes, absolutely. And Judith says she does that grounding too. I love it. Anne says she always makes 2 plans. That way it keeps things from being out of control. I think sometimes that's good. There are times though when for me, I have not, it's a lot of energy to create 2 plans. And then it's also in a way kind of, it's always good to be prepared. But sometimes if I focus too much on like, things might not work out, so I'm going to be ready too. That can get me, I can tend to dwell on it. So for me, that's not always helpful, but I'm for anybody doing whatever works for them to stay more optimistic in the moment. Let's talk about birthdays this morning. Lots of birthdays today. Do you guys remember the actor Jonathan Brandis? He died in 2003, but today was his birthday. We also mentioned President Thomas Jefferson, rapper Ty Dolla $ign, actress Carolyn Ray, actor Ron Perlman, singer Al Green. Who doesn't love some Al Green to set the mood? Hello, yes. And also one of my favorite actresses, Kelly Giddish, who plays Detective Amanda Rollins in Law and Order SVU. I'm a big SVU fan. Love that show for all these years. I finally just got caught up. Boys and girls. Like I was so behind, but I got caught up and love her. So happy birthday, Kelly Giddish. In the celebrity world on my Facebook family, Trip Bodenheimer's birthday is today. Trip is another fellow podcaster. He has hold on a minute. I need to pull it up here for you guys because, I've planned. Here we go. It's the Shadows podcast, podcast. You can go to theshadowspodcast.com and learn about Trip's shows. He's incredible. He is a veteran and amazing. So definitely go check out the Shadows podcast. So happy birthday, Trip. It is also KJ Post's birthday, Just Jenny, and one of my school friends, Amanda Beebe Fournier. Happy birthday to Amanda as well. All right. Here we go. Are you guys ready to do some birthdays this morning? Let's do some birthdays today. Drum roll, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan Brandis, President Thomas Jefferson, Ty Dolla $ign, Caroline Ray, Ron Perlman, Al Green, Kelly Giddish, Trip Bodenheimer, KJ Pose, Just Jenny, and Amanda. Happy birthday to you. Yes, I hope you guys are set up to have an amazing birthday today. And I want to thank you guys all for being here today. If you came in late and didn't get to hear my little spiel in the beginning, I hope you'll go back and listen to that. But essentially, when the show comes on and it introduces me as the Queen of Joy, that is not saying I am joyful all of the time. It is not saying that I'm not challenged by anything and that I don't struggle like everyone else does. It is me proclaiming that in the moment when I am being challenged, that I choose to look for to feel the joy. And if it's not there, that I choose to look for it. And if I can't find it, that I choose to create it. But it doesn't make me exempt from feeling like everyone else on the planet does. And it's that flipping of the switch. It's the recognizing. And I hope that Project Joy is that kind of space for you where you can flip the switch a little bit and see things from a different perspective and maybe find joy that you didn't know was there today. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here today and each and every day. It means so much to me when you're here, and I really, really appreciate you. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.